This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, beginning at verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child, Slakia. Matthew 24 and verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Skipping to Salakia. This is jumping to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. It says, Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn on his own people. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Kol Loyim, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Chagodas Brakatham. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the occupant across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Aqua, to the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to the truth. To you I say shalom. This is the brother Yahweh about the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through spirit and through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Bear with me for a second. Salakia. So I had come across this article, and it's going into this basketball player. So her name is Brittney Griner. It says Russia releases first photos of WNBA star Brittney Griner in prison. Was arrested on drug charges in February. So through the spirit, I came across this article, put it in the group chat. A lot of brothers was in that spirit because Jake got to literally get in on the Israelite woman, and at the end of the day, it tells you in the scriptures that basically how you got these women with this pride, and how well, let me just get it, because it talks about in the scriptures, talk about rise up ye and depart, you women are at ease. America has literally made these women comfortable, and only in America can Babylon the Great, aka Babylon the Great, can these women get away with the things that they get away with. In the eastern parts of the world, and the places that are still pretty much holding up their heritage, like in Ishmael, like Saudi Arabia, well, not Saudi Arabia maybe, but Iraq, Iran, the Middle East, even parts of Africa. Rape takes place daily. Rape is happening. Rape happens in Babylon the Great, but not to is put it like this: is a more of an ancient spirit in those lands, and America promotes this. Women being proud, loud mouthed, with the mentality that they're equal to or above men. I did a video recently about that, because the elder Apostle Gabar was going into, I think the video was titled, so you want to teach her the truth. These are some of the things to ponder. You want to make her your Israelite woman. I think that's what it was titled. You want to make her your Israelite woman. These are some of the things to ponder. And the time we coming in, he was saying how, in America, the women aren't how they were back in the day. And he brought up the account of Job, and how Job literally, that was in the ancient world when women were a lot more in subjection or servitude, or in order to a man. But, you've seen the wickedness of his woman. So, but America promotes this this different lifestyle, the turning of things upside down. I did a video based on when you go into this um woman's movement, this woman liberation, where it was pretty much started by a man. When you go into the character of Wonder Woman and how that played a big part in it. Then when you go into like Wonder Woman, literally like she was supposed to be a Greek goddess. When you go into the name, her name was Diane or Diana. And then when you go into scriptures, the the silversmith and that god Diana, which is another name for a lot of them deities, because you got a lot of the same deities being worshipped just under different names. Um, so this is the book of Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come. Verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you, and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the house of joy in the joyous city. Oh, it's talking about times of trouble, and then we coming into, Jacob's trouble, which is Jeremiah chapter 30 speaks on. And, spiritually, for this woman to, catch this hell prior to, all this shit going to hell in a handbasket is all spiritual. And, when you look at this woman, she's a basketball player for the WNBA, and she exudes pride. You know what I mean? It says news broke last week that WNBA player Brittney Griner was being detained by the Russian government on drug charges. Griner was arrested after the Russian Federal Customs Service claimed that it claimed that its officials found marijuana in her suitcase as she was trying to leave the country in February. And the thing is this, like a lot of people were like, well, that's little, that's nothing. It's just marijuana. But, the laws that's in place in America is totally different in other countries. You get what I'm saying? Like, just because America legalized it, just like because places like in Holland and whatnot, they got legalized drugs. Other places don't play that. And like I say, that's why the pride of this woman to go over there in another country, knowing like you've had to have, when you dealing with like international travels, and then being that she's in like a professional organization like the WNBA, I know she's dealing with people that actually tell her about the customs of traveling abroad. But because of these women being at ease and just these Babylonians period, they think they can do whatever they want. And I bet you, look at her face. That pride is broken. It says, now the first images of the two-time Olympic medalists have emerged on Russian television, in which she is standing against a wall holding a sheet of paper with her name. And it's funny because it literally, you got America trying to literally, with this propaganda trying to smear Russia's name and make them look bad. But like the elder was going into, you sit up here basically try to judge, Russia, when, like I say, at the end of the day, the Ukraine was a part of the Russian, part of Russia, part of the Soviet Union, as opposed to America has done something the same. You got to remember, America has sold drugs to its own country, its own citizens, to fund wars and shit like that. And you'd be a fucking fool to believe that is not still going on today. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be a fucking fool, Anyway, it says her alleged crime could carry a sentence of up to 10 years in prison in Russia, but the United States government have announced that they are exploring ways to help her, as this could become a hostage situation following the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And God, she's stuck. It's like those that got caught up in the whole thing. I mean, through the will of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, anything can happen. She can be released, but at the same time, it's like those that got caught up in, being locked up during the pandemic. You know what I mean? People were stuck in there. Eventually the Lord released certain people, but for the most part, I mean, what's that called, a ghost machine or a cog in a wheel? You can get caught up in there and be stuck. But like I said, I just love the image of her because, like I said, just imagine the pride she exudes. You know what I mean? Like, this woman, look how tall she is, I mean, it makes me want to really go look it up. But when you see how she towers over the female right there, this is a big-ass woman. You know what I'm saying? So she exudes pride. You know what I mean? I can't say for sure if she, a lesbian or a dyke. She could be all woman. But at the same time, with all these tattoos and all that, I don't believe that. And like I said, At the end of the day, that's to give America uh, philosophies and the turning of things upside down uh, has our women at ease. It talks about in the scriptures in the book of Proverbs how pride comes before the fall. This woman, like I said again, looks goofy. And what if America can't negotiate her release? She's stuck. On top of the fact that, like I said, you got America basically at war with Russia, because the thing is this: America has sent troops over there to the Ukraine with NATO. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, to a degree, they are at war. I was listening to the guy Dave Hodges from the Common Sense Show. And he basically went into that. He said, although they ain't saying it, once they done send troops, they have war for real. It ain't just out in the open, or they ain't really speaking on it. Um, so that's enough of that. Uh, at the end of the day, you know, all these independent women that think that they gonna, they don't really need a man. It tells you in the scriptures that a man will be a hiding place for the wind. It's Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32 might be. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." Verse 2, "And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." So, it says, "A king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." And when you go in the scriptures, what type of man is that? That's a man of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, a righteous man. It's I was just listening to a video that the elder Yasha Waba from Dallas was doing. He was talking about how in the book of Revelations, it talk about the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, because he's building up a spiritual tent, a spiritual house. It's also, each brother's a brick, a lively stone. So, when you go into Isaiah chapter 4 about 7 women shall join unto one man, not just any man, wicked nigga, is having his way now. But when the Lord says his judgment, you think the Lord going to be dealing with a wicked ass nigga? I mean, to a part, because everything serves its purpose. Everybody, everything bends to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. The book of, I think, Ecclesiasticus or the book of Sirach goes into that. I think it's chapter 18. All things obey his will, or bend to his will, roughly paraphrase. But, you know, it says a man shall be a hiding place, not these women. And like I said, a lot of women that exude that pride, like that lady, Brittney Griner, you know, they gonna be running to a man, you know, because like I said again, with the day of Jacob's trouble approaching, you, only those that are gonna be kept up out of it is, you know, the righteous of Yahweh Shem Shah that won't be judged or will be hidden. Like I said, there's multiple scriptures that talk about the Most High dealing with men. Now it tells you in the scriptures that she can be saved through childbearing. Let me get that beer real quick. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 12. "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." And again, America preaches or pushes this attitude and this philosophy that men are equal to, or women are equal to men, but in actuality, they believe that they are above men. And when I listened to the elder apostle Gabar go into that, I thought about it, and he's absolutely right. It's not you equal where you could come to some kind of agreement or arrangement. Everything is set up for this woman on this side. Although the man produces the sperm and lays the seed, it's automatically the women are given custody of the children, which is just completely off. Like I said, like my name is on my children's birth certificate. I went to change their school in agreement with their mother, and they stopped it. They stopped the shit. And I'm like, how the fuck is? Then they asked me, "Is your name on the birth certificate?" I'm like, well, it had to be something if they allowed me to do it that much. Just showing you this place really truly does suck. "For Adam was first formed, then Eve." Verse 14, "Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression." Because when you go in the book of Job, chapter 39, it tells you that he hadn't imparted onto her wisdom. A woman doesn't have wisdom. Verse 15, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity, meaning love and holiness with sobriety. So at the end of the day, if you are the wife of a man of the Lord, yeah, you can be saved. It tells you an unbelieving woman can be saved through a believing husband, and an unbelieving husband can be saved through the unbelieving wife. I forgot where it's at. I know it's in the New Testament. So again, like I said, with these times coming, we about to have a lot of judgment. We about to have a lot of death and destruction. And if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, a child of Yasharala, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to called Loyam, La Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Berachak, double honors to the apostles and to the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Aqua, any Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say shalom. Until next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Lord willingly, shalom, shalom. Shalom.